What's going on, guys? Coach Joe here at the Lion's Den. In this video, we're going to be covering some deadlifting tips that hopefully will help your deadlift, some training footage, and I have a big announcement. So stay tuned for the announcement. Let's get on with the video. So before we get into the training footage and some tips for the deadlift, I totally forgot that I had hit a deadlift PR of 725, so we're gonna cut to that video right now.
Let's go! Let's go! Get it up! Let's go! Hell yeah! Come on, baby! Let's fucking go!
Super stoked about that. My last PR was 710, I believe, so it's a 15-pound PR. I think there's a little bit more room left in the tank, so hopefully I'll be able to test that the next coming months. But a lot of you guys have been asking me, what are my goals moving forward? I just had won the heavyweight title for USS Strongman. You know, there's competitions in the future. What am I doing? What am I training for? How's jiu-jitsu going? So basically, I wanted to answer these questions. So in terms of my training right now, right at this time, I don't have a set competition that I'm exactly training for. I'm just training to get stronger, but my main focus is gonna be on the business and kind of a lot of things that I missed out on when I have been training very hard for my last, several competitions. So if you're trying to be an elite level anything, somewhere something is gonna take a hit if you're putting all your focus into one thing at the time. So for me right now, my main focus is just continuing to train, having fun with my training, which has been a really big, important thing that I've been trying to emphasize with my programming, and growing the business. So yeah, we're gonna cut over to the training footage. This session that I had filmed was going to be my second deadlifting day, where I do a variation of the deadlift, and on this day I had done wagon wheels. And usually I do this with a power bar. However, it was already set up by Coach Matt, who is using the same exact setup, but using a deadlift bar. So I just figured, what the heck, leave the deadlift bar on. I'm actually not that good at it because of the whip. So I'm trying to get better at having a bar with a ton of whip. And once you have those wagon wheels on there, it's gonna just increase the whip and the pull height even more. One of the first tips that I will give you guys is to make sure you are doing different variations, okay, along with increasing the frequency. So if you're only deadlifting once a week and you're not really getting much deadlift gains, increase that to twice a week. So I typically do 2 deadlifts days per week, and then I'll have like another pull accessory movement. So on day 1 that I do is my normal comp deadlift. Day 2 is what you're seeing now with the wagon wheels, and that's gonna be a variation. And typically my sticky point is gonna be around anywhere below or above the knee. So this kind of gives me a good opportunity to work on that position. And on this day, I also don't use a belt. So I will use straps, but you'll see I don't have a belt on, and that's just gonna help regulate the intensity. So typically on the day 3 and 4 of my training, no belt, you can wear straps, but the belt is gonna limit how heavy I can go, and it's gonna give me 2 days of rest, Saturday and Sunday, and then I go back Monday, so I'm kind of tapering the fatigue down a little bit so that I can come out and hit those 2 first days of my training pretty heavy and hard. Now for this deadlift, I was doing sets of 5, and I was working up to RPE 6, RPE 7, and RPE 8, okay, for all 5 reps. And then I take off 10% from my top set, and I was doing 2 sets of 5 for my back offs. My first set I think started around 405 was like my last warm up. Then I bumped up to, I think I went right to 495, and then from 495 it went to 545, and then from 545 I went up to 585. Now I probably could have done a little bit more, but I was feeling the fatigue in my back because I had been doing a lot of training, and just for that day that's what I was feeling. That was my top set at 8. Off of that I took off the 10%. I did my 2 back offs. Now, if you don't have wagon wheels, you could do rack pulls or block pulls. They work the same way. Pretty much a wagon wheel is just an expensive toy that you can have, and I was lucky enough to be gifted to me by my man Alan Thrall. So a quick little error I see sometimes with block pulls, rack pulls, or wagon wheels is that in the starting position, people have their knees bent slightly forward over the bar, which in your deadlift, hopefully your knees aren't over the bar because your shins are probably gonna be vertical when you're about at your knees in the deadlift. So you wanna really make sure that you mimic that point. I think there's a fly on my forehead. Is there a fly on my forehead? Nope. Just smacked myself in the forehead. Night. He's back. I know jiu-jitsu fly. Ha! Nope. Not fast enough. Jiu-jitsu's going real well though. It really is. I promise. But basically back on point, wherever you're pulling from in that position, make sure it mimics exactly where the bar will be and how your body will be in that position of the deadlift. My second tip that I'll give you guys for your deadlift, and I tell this to all the athletes that I program and coach for, is unless you're getting specific for a competition where touch and go is allowed, always reset just a little bit between your reps. I've talked about this before in other deadlifting videos and tip videos, but it has made such a difference in getting better technically with my deadlift and also getting better off the floor with my deadlift. So if you struggle from pulling off of the floor, resetting just slightly between each and every one of your reps and not doing touch and go is gonna help you really get better off the floor and improve the technique and your setup in your deadlift. So I highly encourage that, and it really has done a lot of wonders with the clients and the athletes that I coach, and it's something that I implemented in my training about a year and a half ago, and it's made a big difference. So try that out and see how that works for you. All right, so after the deadlift, I move over to the pin press at chin level. I love pin presses because it just helps you get stronger in different positions of the lift, and it also makes sure you have a nice bar path, because if your bar path is off, that bar is not gonna lie, and it's either gonna be too far forward or too far backwards, and you're gonna feel it. So you gotta make sure that you're being nice and smooth and accurate with the bar path. First set, I believe, was around 185 here. From 185, I had jumped up to 205, and then from 205 to 225, and I think my top set was around 235 for that day. I've been kind of in the average of anywhere from 225 to 245, but it's slightly increasing over time, and I'm just trying to reach my goal of having a 300-pound strict press. That's my big goal that I want to hit for myself, and hopefully that'll come in the near future, and I'm going to be pumped about that. So if you guys are having issues with your press, try pin pressing. You can press at any point, anywhere in the range of motion. So you can do chin, you can do nose, you can do forehead, you can go around lockout. If you're looking to try to push maximal loads without having too much fatigue, you can set the pins higher. So it's a very short range of motion, but you can overload that movement as well. Another cool thing you can do if you wanted to is actually set up bands. So you can do banded pin pressing, which is something I'll probably be doing in my next block and giving that a shot. Now after this, typically I hit some sort of row variation. In the past I've done barbell rows, pen lay rows, dumbbell rows, but I want to switch it up and did some landmine rows on this day, and I just kind of worked in with Coach Matt, and I was just doing sets of 8 to 10 reps, kind of somewhere between that RPE 7 or 8 for 3 or 4 sets, and just hitting the back. And that's kind of all the accessory work I had done for that day for my back or lats, whatever you want to call it. And I know in the past I used to do tons and tons of sets, but I minimalized that and put more emphasis in the deadlift and just do about one accessory pull movement at the end of the workout. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I've just been trying to have fun with my training, and I feel like if you're in it for the long term, keeping things fun, fresh, and new is very important. So sometimes in the gym, I'm not always feeling it, and that's just the honest truth. I struggle with trying to, train as much as I can, and I'm not always coming in like, oh my God, I can't wait to train, Mr. Positive. Like, that's just not the reality of it. Sometimes days are tough, but surrounding yourself with very awesome people really does make a huge difference. And specifically on this day, I was doing a slingshot bench, so it was my overload benching day. I worked up to 405, and I think hit it for 4 reps. I missed the 5th rep, but I was a little down about it because I wanted 5 really bad. And I just remember, dude, let's just have fun. So the way we had fun is I looked over to my man Owen, who's a man child. He's only 18 years old, and I said, Owen, how many times do you think you could bench your body weight? And he said, gee, I don't know. And I said, well, let's challenge each other. So right then we set down the bodyweight bench gauntlet. All right, my training hasn't been going that great this week, so just trying to have fun today. Get in some lifts, challenge a few gym rats to some challenges. So right now we're gonna do bodyweight bench for reps, which I have no idea what I'm gonna get. Like I said, I'm not good at benching. I'm gonna challenge Owen, but he's always in here benching. He's 18 years old. Can't let the 18-year-old beat me. If he beats me, this video will never be published.
Me versus you.
What's your body weight?
190.
How old are you?
18.
Oh man. Let's go. All right, come on, all the way up. There we go, all the way up. Lock it out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come on, lock it out. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Lock down.
Oh man. All right, my song of choice would be Slipknot, slow weight Firth, over under 10.
Let's go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, go. Get serious, Joe. Come on. 20.
Come on.
Come on, let's go.
Wait.
Come on. Finish it.
Ah! 1 rep. That's all it takes.
So that was a ton of fun. I got 21 reps just to one up Owen. I think the max somebody had gotten in the gym was 26 reps at their body weight, which is super cool. But like I said, just a way to have fun. So on the topic of fun, every Friday, myself and all the other people at the gym, we throw down for an arms gauntlet, which is just an absolute blast. So typically these arm sessions include biceps, triceps, some sort of shoulder movement, and we always do grip work. Now on top of that, to make it even more fun, I always do a custom playlist, which could have its own theme. We've done punk rock theme, we've done movie themes such as Top Gun, we got Rocky, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you got some other suggestions, drop them down below. But really, we're just being a bunch of goofballs, and that's what really builds a community, makes it something special, and like I said, just has, you know, a fun element to training, which makes us all want to show up and get after it together. Because kind of the main topic is, guys, is that not every day is going to be a fantastic day. There are not always rainbows shooting out of my ass, although I wish that happened, because that'd be pretty cool. It doesn't. Even the best of the best have days where they struggle, but it comes down to discipline, and just adding in a little spice of fun can really help, you know, get you closer to your goals and surround yourself with really good people. So that's kind of all I had for this video. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop some knowledge down in the comments section. Actually, this is a good time for my announcement, so let's just drop the announcement.
Regular program scheduled for this evening in order to bring you the following special report.
Whoa, dude, who the hell are you? Oh my God. Who am I? Who the hell are you?
Who am I? I'm the owner of this gym, dude. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm here for the hell barbecuing clinic with the Dark Lord himself, Mr. Alan Thrall, where there will be food, drinks, sexy barbells, and all-you-can-lift buffet.
Dude, you are way off. That's not until October 19th and 20th.
So you mean to tell me that I'm 3 months off?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, can I stay with you?
Oh no. And if you want to kick it with myself, Alan Thrall, and some other special guests who will be here for that weekend in October, the details are down below. So until then, guys, be a lean, mean, striking machine, get after it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.